Hey everyone, thanks for joining. Today we're going to talk about cyber insurance, that fun, exciting topic. My name's Carl Carpenter. I'm a consultant with Arrakis Consulting, and certainly appreciate you guys being here for this. This will be a quick conversation. Not necessarily a cyber insurance expert. I might have somebody on at some point to discuss it, but it is something that's in the news and in discussion a lot in relation to companies and so on. So we'll talk about the pros and cons of cyber insurance, some pitfalls that might be important to know, and so on. So first off, let's talk about the pros. And let me back up a little bit. Everybody should know what cyber insurance is. It's essentially an insurance policy relating to cyber events. And the cyber event is kind of a variable, kind of a broad-reaching variable, because it could be all sorts of different things. And the whole purpose behind it really is to protect the company should something happen that requires the execution of it. So like maybe legal fees or defending yourself in court or whatever, or maybe some sort of recovery of reputational damage and so on. But all right, now let's get into it. Let's talk about the pros of cyber insurance. First one's super easy. It's peace of mind. It's the same reason why we have car insurance. Although the fact car insurance is a requirement by law, but peace of mind, it's good to know that it's there, and so on. It's having an insurance policy and so on helps people sleep better at night. So it's not bad. Contracts, certainly good for contracts. There are contracts out there. There's some clients, they require you to have cyber insurance. So our company, Arrakis Consulting, we have cyber insurance and various other types of insurance. We don't have, the way we design our company, we don't have sensitive information because we work entirely within the client environment. But in some places, clients require a vendor or a consultant firm to have cyber insurance just to make sure, just so you can have the contract in the first place. So it's super important. There are aspects of contracts though that that should be considered in relation to cyber insurance. Not necessarily a pro, but could be a con. The person asking for cyber insurance in the contract, is it an achievable number? Is it going to cost you $5 million to have $1 million worth of insurance? Seems like you wouldn't have insurance at that point, but so having cyber insurance certainly can help the contractual process of getting contracts in the first place. It's also risk management. Risk management is important because if you have cyber insurance, we talked about risk management and risk in general on a few videos. In those cases, you can actually transfer some of the risk of whatever to the cyber insurance company. Say, for example, you have a human being, it's a single point of failure within your company, and the person, dies, wins the lottery, and so on, and you can't find somebody fast enough. You might be able to file a claim and bring in an emergency organization to help fill that role. So risk management is certainly in there. However, cyber insurance is not without its cons. So it is what it is. Insurance is insurance, and much like any other insurance, it can be expensive. So depending on the size of your company and what you're doing, the cyber insurance just may be too expensive to have. And then having said that, if you have a contract that requires cyber insurance and you're telling them that you do have it, but you don't, well, that's breach of contract and fraud and a bunch of other things, which cyber insurance certainly ain't going to help you then. But it can be expensive, so you should definitely price it out appropriately. It can be complex. So it's important to understand that the cyber insurance companies, they don't really want to accept your money but create a situation where they're going to pay out claims right and left. They want to protect their company as well, to make sure that when you do what you say you're supposed to be doing in order to protect yourself from possible cybersecurity threats, that you are actually doing that. So there's wording in these policies, this cyber insurance policies, such a way that if you're not doing what you say you're supposed to do, or you just plain negligent in there, then you may be faced with claim denials. So I like to associate cyber insurance with normal car insurance, because it's kind of the same way in some aspects. If you're driving a car but you choose not to wear your seatbelt and you get in a wreck, the insurance company is not going to pay for the injuries you sustained because of you not wearing a seatbelt. So it's not the insurance company's job to be responsible for you. It's their job to have insurance in case you're doing everything you're supposed to do the way you're supposed to do it, and that still doesn't work. Then they're there to help you out. So it's super important to understand that if you're in a situation where you have a claim, but they can find negligence, or just maybe not negligence, maybe just couldn't afford to do it, you're probably going to have a claim denial. And with that, let's wrap it up right now. This is super short and sweet, and I thank everybody for showing up. And we'll have further videos in relation to cyber insurance, bring some actual insurance companies on to interview them so they can talk about what they do and so on. But with that, I appreciate everybody and talk to you guys later. See ya.